I'm going to show you how you can do your first headstand. First, grab a yoga mat and something cushy for your head that you can rest on. If you've never done a headstand before, position yourself next to a wall just in case you fall too far forward. For proper positioning, get into a push-up position. You want your hands about a foot away from the wall. When you're in a headstand, you should also be gripping the ground with your fingers slightly bent. Gives you more grip and more control over your body. What you're gonna wanna do is lean a little bit forward and roll your head like so. Your arms should be shoulder width apart, and you should have a slight bend in your arms like this. A common mistake is people put their head too close to their hands. You want your head to be slightly out front so you have that bend in your arm. When you're in this position, you also want your elbows stacked directly over your wrists, so you don't want your elbows to flare outward like this or inward like this. They should be directly over your wrists. Now slowly walk your feet up towards your body, and right as you get to the point where you're about to fall forward, you can practice holding that position. Once you gain a little confidence, you can move one knee up to your chest and practice holding that position there. The next step is bringing the other knee up as well. And you can practice holding this position. And then from there, we're gonna slowly extend, tighten the core, tighten the glutes for stability, and you are holding a headstand. Now, if you can't quite hold your headstand with your knees tucked, there's a few progressions you can practice. The first one is a frog stand. So what you're gonna wanna do is place your hands on the ground, just like a normal push-up position. Then you wanna take your elbows, put them on the inside of your knee, and then just lean forward until your feet lift off the ground. If you can't quite do a frog stand, you can also keep one toe touching the ground until you have the ability to lift both feet off the ground. Once you mastered the frog stand, you can also practice the crow pose, which is a little more advanced. Instead of putting your elbow on the inside of your knee, you're gonna put the knee on your tricep. Same positioning as the frog stand. You're gonna lean forward until your feet lift off the ground, and you can practice holding that position. Once you master those two moves, you should be able to hold a tucked headstand. If you're in this tucked position, but you don't have the strength to move your legs upward, you can do one at a time to practice. And you can also go very slowly to ensure you can control the movement. So I'm gonna talk through the movement one more time, and you can follow me step by step. So we're gonna get in push-up position, lean forward, bend our arms and put our head in front of our hands. Then we're gonna walk our feet until we feel our balance slightly moving forward. Then once we're in this position, we're gonna bring our knees up. And then from there, we're gonna slowly extend, tighten the core, tighten the glutes for stability, and you are holding a headstand. And your head should really serve as a balance point, not necessarily bearing all the weight of your body. Now, it'll take some practice, but I can guarantee you after you've practiced for a while, you'll be able to do a freestanding headstand.